Hey there, folks. I've got a steaming pile for you today, in which case, I mean, it's steaming hot. It is definitely steaming hot. So what we got today, we've got some red-white sacrifice. It was based on the idea, what does collateral damage do? It does nothing. It's just a waste of resources. But then I thought, Thraben Inspector creates a token. So what's the idea where we can create advantage out of this or mitigate the downside? Then I realized Thraben Inspector's 1 mana, which brings Abiding Grace into it, which then brings it back and gets another token. So now we're sitting at some value. Now we got a sacrifice deck. So deck is based on that. Let me move some cards around here so we can kind of have things rather sorted. So we got Doom Traveler, sacrifice, or when it dies, make a 1/1 flyer. Flyer is evasive. All good. Sounds great. Thraben Inspector with the clue. Draw some cards. Sounds great. Voldaren Epicure, create the blood token, get into that later, and then also deals 1 damage to the opponent. So we have that value going on as well. So now we're burning our opponent. So if we bring this back, we sacrifice it to these, then we're doing extra damage. Footlight Fiend, 1 damage to any target. We've got some crowd control here. Or face. Very flexible. Where we sacrifice this, we have 4 damage on a collateral damage. One of it can be split up. So we have a little bit of flexible damage now. So pretty good there. So anyway, collateral damage, sacrifice creature, 3 damage. Heartfire, kind of the same thing. 2 mana, 4 damage. We can sacrifice a Planeswalker if we want. I did consider Planeswalkers, but we didn't get that far today. Weaponize the Monsters is our enchantment, kind of our engine piece, if you were. So that if we don't have these big spikes, then we still have something going on. Now, I did say I'd get back to this blood token. Multiple copies, no big deal. Yeet them away. Get a new card. So, no problem there. We can deal with Weaponize the Monsters in extra copies. That's what I was concerned about. 3 copies seems like enough. We see generally these effects now at this point from what I've seen from playing. So, we'll see them often enough. Anyways, engine piece, Abiding Grace is, again, as I said, engine. Gains 1 life if we have nothing to do. So fail state, we're gaining life every turn. Okay, cool. That means we can play longer until our fail state ends. And then return target creature with mana value 1 every end step. So we can plan around that and work it so every end step. Additionally, if our opponent is tapped out and we have a window to do stuff, we can return at end step, and before they untap, we can still fire and get rid of that thing. Sacrifice it again for another bit of damage. We can still do that. So heads up, you can control your end step, and you will be setting stops at your end step a lot. So keep that in mind. Dusk on, deal with big creatures with destroy all creatures power 3 or greater. Get rid of those. So big green decks, we can shave them down a little bit and try and get them more on our level and deal with the smaller stuff at a little bit better. And then Dawn, for the aftermath from the graveyard, return all creatures power 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. So that's a lot of value. If we've been drawing a lot of creatures and we haven't been drawing a lot of these, then we can just bring them back. So another state of the deck where we can do that. Second thing I say, we'll get back to the blood token. If Dusk is useless, you can pitch it and get the Dawn portion of it for a lot cheaper. So keep that in mind as well. Anyways, beyond that, we have our mana base of red and white stuff. Castle Embereth, a pair of those. Castle Ardenvale, a pair of those. We do have a couple tap land scenarios, but overall we have lands that do stuff. And that's the deck. So let's get into some games and see how it goes. All right, we're on the play versus somebody that spelled German in German. I'm sure that's how it's done. I don't speak German, so I'm assuming that it's correct. Anyways, we have some collateral damage on a Footlight Fiend. That's a dangerous start. We will definitely consider that one. Other than that, we got some Abiding Grace to make it all happen. So Footlight Fiend. Our opponent, playing some black. I think I will go with this Inspiring Vantage. It's a nice pick up here for sure. So we can Voldaren Epicure and Epicure your face of that look. All right. Our opponent does nothing, so I guess we'll just keep swinging? Abiding Grace. They're doing nothing, so let's gain a life. And we'll just get our stuff back at end step at the rate this goes. So we'll see. Our opponent has 3 mana and does Innocent Blood. We will sacrifice this Footlight Fiend and let you know how innocent your face feels right now. Alright, send in the Epicure. We have a blood token available here and Collateral Damage. We will Abiding Grace once again. And we'll pass the turn. Now we can just do more stuff. So let's get back this Footlight Fiend, and now let's gain a life. The gain life is totally secondary. We're probably never using it, so whatever, but yeah, it exists. Our opponent, Locktwains. Oh, that's a good one, opponent. Oh, that's so good. All right, sure. Oh, yeah, you do that. You do that. All right, we'll play Weaponize the Monsters. I guess we have Epicure for discard fodder so we can keep the Needleverge around. Pass the turn. Oh, yeah, we get our guy back, too. We need more creatures, though, to truly take advantage of this pile. All right, here we are. More stuff. And Epicure might be the sacrifice, too, at this point. I don't know. Anyways, if they ever play a threat, we can Collateral Damage anyway. So now we pay life. Okay. Doom Traveler. How do we beat this? Okay. Yeah. We can pay the life and gain the life, so that part works. I don't know how we're going about this yet. We can do a Dust on if we ever find it, but this is a problem. Obviously, we can kill it, but we lose our table. Sure. Hmm. So this is not going to play very easily. So we're going to do this. We're going to grab the Footlight Fiend and the Doom Traveler. I want the Epicure to be in play. Or no, I don't want to do it that way. I want to put the Doom Traveler in front. It's what gets sacrificed here. And it might actually be the Doom Traveler that I want to fucking sacrifice here. Okay, so combat is these fellas. Then sacrifice this Doom Traveler with Collateral Damage. Or the Weaponize the Monsters. So that way I give them the minimal impactfulness here, or as I see it anyway. So, of course, this is how the game decides to match me up, but whatever. It exists. Alright, here you're playing a sacrifice deck. How about a Turgid deck? Would you like a Turgid deck? Okay, so you get Doom Traveler, whatever. Turgid's gone. Now, hopefully they don't have any resurrect spells. Hopefully that was it. Hopefully we're good now. Okay, I get pinged. Lose 3 life, whatever. Keep that around and swing for 1. The Doom Traveler's mostly useless here. Alright. Returning. Epicure. Returning. Footlight Fiend. Sent the damage. It's automatic. It's not the desert at all. Leeching Lurker comes into play. It does what? Lifelink. Oh, that's gross. Well, we can deal with lifelink. That's fine. If it's just lifelink, we can deal with it. Because we can sacrifice lifelink off. Nifty. Anyway. Yeah, weaponize the monster mean you gain no life, opponent. Token. Token. Lose 3 life. Another Footlight Fiend. Where's our situation right now? Play another Footlight Fiend. I'm going to play the Sacred Foundry. We're not doing blood tokens right now. I'm probably going to burn this Collateral Damage too. That way I'm not holding anything anymore. Alright. So you go in. Sacrifice Footlight Fiend. Deal damage to that. Sacrifice Doom Traveler to Footlight Fiend. Get rid of Leeching Lurker. Doom Traveler is the only thing that exists on their side of the table, minus the flyer. We can deal with that later. End turn. Get these triggers. This deck is harder than I thought. Anyway, return. We're going to return Doom Traveler as well now that we have it again. So that we have a Cruel Reality target that makes a flying army. I did consider adding Soul Warden to this deck to deal with splash damage like this. Ritual of Soot. 3 creatures CMC 3 or less. Well, that'll give me Doom Traveler afterwards, so deal. I'm going to give myself an upkeep stop. They're trying to get me to take 5 damage from Cruel Reality. I'm not going to let it happen. Alright, and there we go. We save ourselves some life. Sacrifice non-land permanent, this blood token. We're going to try and save a little bit of life here. Main, Doom Traveler. Again, they have to just come up with so much more in life. Return a creature. We're going to get Epicure. And return a creature. And we're going to get Doom Traveler, and we're going to be generally removal proof. And we're going to stop taking damage now. That is our plan. We just stop taking damage at this point. Another upkeep stop for reasons. We just hit them for 3 at this point. Wait, 2, 4, 6. Resolve. So let that go. Let them do whatever. Make our flyer. Sacrifice, blood. Draw. We have the lethal. I just need to kind of have it in a few different angles for that one card in hand. With the highest mana value among creatures and planeswalkers they control. Well, now that we know what it is. Wait. Cancel. Yeah, let it happen. We have lethal in multiple ways. So let's get that 1 damage in there. I'm just going to have fun. Let them do whatever they want to do. Here, you try to stay alive, buddy. So the removal heavy deck didn't help. It turns out that it's a double-edged sword. We are taking advantage of our strengths in this kind of removal heavy match. And allowing them, like, we're nullifying their cards with Abiding Grace and tokens and, yeah, all kinds of cool things. Oh, yeah, that was cool. All right, we're in. We are... What's this? Okay, we can work with this one. What are we returning? Probably Survivor. That's the most vulnerable card, and we can probably be fine without it. Yeah, this will work. So, Footlight Fiend. Turn 2 Heartfire, turn 3 Abiding Grace, return the Footlight Fiend. Seems good. Okay, second Vantage. So I guess land was the thing that I was supposed to return. But hey, whatever. So our opponent playing green-white. Naya. Send the damage. We're going to Abiding Grace, and I guess we'll gain the life. I would like to use Footlight Fiend a little more strategically with the Heartfire. Our opponent's still kind of doing not a whole heck of a lot right now. Send the Footlight Fiend. Send the next Abiding Grace down, I guess. Life gain, life gain. I'm not sure what they're up to. It's going to be something big, obviously. Rhythm of the Wild, that's the best you got? I'm glad I have Dusk now. Alright, send in the Footlight Fiend. Gain life. And it looks like we'll need the time to gain the life. We've been getting some damage in, but man, do they have some slow games. Oh, is this some sort of Trixie deck? Gilded Lotus, my God! Collateral Damage. I guess we start ending this game. This makes a blocker for whatever's coming out of their deck. Which is my big concern, is make sure that we have a blocker for whatever's coming out of that deck, but while maintaining some aggression. If we can manage to deal with it, okay. If it's Ulamog, obviously that's the one thing we can't work with. Itali exists. We can kill it by blocking it. That is it. Land. Dusk. Dawn. Get wrecked. He puts it on the stack. Yes. Okay. This is 5 damage back to... Yeah, sure, fine. We're close to ending the game. Let's push. Let's push. And then... return it. And gain the life. We have a blocker. Takes them to 4. This Footlight Fiend has gone and done this. I mean, don't get me wrong. We could handle the Itali. We were able to deal with the Itali. Our opponent decided to kind of say, hold my beer, I got this. Also, Zatampa is going hasty, boy. We have the life. Send. One damage. Go in the face. End step stop. Return. That. Still gain a life. Resolve. Resolve. Upstairs. Upstairs. Yes. Yes. Take that, Dinos. All right, we're on the play. We have a Biting Grace. We have Weaponize the Monsters. Dusk, Doom Traveler. This looks good enough to me. Boy, wow, okay. That's pretty good. I'm not going to complain about this one whatsoever, except for whatever my opponent's doing. Send the damage. Our opponent has Island, so frightening, but I think at this point we want to set up Heartfire and be a little bit more ready for whatever they're doing. Drown Secrets. Let's send the damage now. We're not losing out on any damage. Also, I would like to add that Abiding Grace just got amazing because our opponent is milling. So let's do a little bit more of that. Doom Traveler in play. Weaponize the Monsters next turn. Ruin Crab. That's a card. Vantage is bad. Weaponize the Monsters. Vantage is bad because I can't do an untapped land to cast the second one through their counterspell. And have the sacrifice ready. Okay. So now Weaponize the Monsters threatens their Ruin Crab. Send. Alright, sack Doom Traveler. Send some at the Ruin Crab. What are you going to do to react, opponent? Okay. If they're spending time doing that, they're not doing it to my tokens. Relevant, of course. Return a creature. What do we have available? We can make quite a force with... Let's Footlight Fiend this time. I want to be able to break that Ruin Crab. But yes, we're pretty okay here. Drown Secrets number 2. Yeah, we want to do damage. We want to close the game. It works either way. Doom Traveler makes bodies or, you know, whatever. If our opponent bounces anything, they are in trouble. So we can do Weaponize on their end step. We don't have to do anything. We're just going to leave mana open and fire 4 damage at them. Return a creature. It's going to be... Is Epicure good? Gets rid of Dusk Dawn for something else. Inspector Gadget is another one. I guess Footlight Fiend and just send a lot of damage at their face immediately. So all end step all the time, just send a lot of damage. They're going to mill me. They only have one plan, and it's go face. Luckily, we have that same plan, but we can kind of do a lot of things. I think we're probably doing some pretty solid lethal to them now. I don't think they got what they need here. We don't need to cast another spell, by the way. Looks like they're going to create a wall. Doesn't matter, but they are getting some solid numbers on us here. If they have a Tasha's Hideous Laughter or something, that'll tear through us. Okay. So now they need a land drop on top of everything to be really, like, insanely good. Also, that is a lot of value. Just saying. All right. Face with Footlight Fiend. Face. 3 damage. Footlight Fiend. 3 damage. I would like to add a stop at my end step. Oh, wait, never mind. I don't need it. Enjoy some of that. Thank you for giving me the right creatures, opponent. Okay, so that was certainly some fun games showing what the deck can do. So I would like to point out real fast the cost of this deck. Common, uncommon, common, 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 uncommon, uncommon, rare, mana base, expensive, but that is what the deck's going to cost you, not a whole heck of a lot. And the rare slot, I have not cast a Dusk Dawn yet in this, in even the games I haven't recorded. So I'm considering dropping this down, but I'm not sure yet. This might be sideboard at best and might need a new recursion card. But it's such a powerful recursion card that I'm not sure. So hard to say. Anyways, super cheap deck. And definitely worth picking up if you want to try something new. And, like, yeah, for that kind of price, ooh, yeah, nice, so nice. All right. Take care. Hope you enjoyed, and bye-bye.